kind of, you know what? I'm gonna hold my mic up this episode. You know what? Having a revelation. A revelation. You know what? I'm gonna start holding my mic now. You know, it makes me feel more professional. Hopefully this doesn't ruin the audio, though. Alright, so I forgot to update this, but we did it. So, same kind of protocol. Don't mention this. Outside of that, though, this episode is going to be M. Night Shyamalan's. I'm now seeing it says aliens. Damn. You literally didn't bark once? I am recording something that's gonna change, and I get a call. You ruined everything. I'm sorry, my girlfriend ruined that. I closed the door. She will no longer be a problem. This is a pretty fun one. I have a feeling this might be one of the best rating ones of this season. I'm speaking a little soon here though, but let's just hop straight into it before I get interrupted again. The thing what I wanted to talk about before we get in here is if you guys do want to show your support, don't worry, all I do ask is just some feedback in the comments or subscribe. Now the reason I do ask for that is because I'm going to start doing polls, which I've done two so far. The last poll I did was asking for your favorite Christmas episode, which at the time of recording this, it's like a three-way tie, but we'll see in the editing what it is. Why am I so like orange? But yeah, so join those. You can kind of join in those polls. Besides that, let's get into the episode. Alright, so third episode in a row, no cold opening, goes straight into the episode.
This is just sloppy craftsmanship.
Hey Rick, boy, sure is really especially beautiful out there today, huh?
Oh yes, Morty, it's almost unbelievable, isn't it?
Okay, so right off the bat, first couple of seconds, we see here Rick kind of ripping apart this rat for diagnostics, and we see more in the back here. We're going to see Beth in just a second, but...
Ooh, in real time! I love it!
Okay.
Also, one thing I just wanted to note here before I forget, this episode is based off of M. Night Shyamalan, which is he's known for, you know, the continuous storyline twists. If you couldn't tell by the title, it was pretty obvious. I thought I'd throw it out there because I forgot to bring that up.
With Mom.
Oh, what's with Mom? So you're saying that she's acting weird? How sophisticated. Careful, guys. You're gonna burn out the CPU with this one.
Quickly out of here, so back with the magnifying glass effect here. It does look like it's working more properly. Again, it's cool that they're keeping consistent with the actual effect, and it looks like the background is making more sense. Like it's this stud here on the wall.
9 is.
5 times 9.
Morty.
Me?
What is 5 times 9?
You know.
This is like, there was like 4 of these guys. What was that? Okay, there's 2 of them here. Just to break this down, this is going to be a bully, consistent bully character that shows up. This guy we kind of covered. He has the Bart Simpson shirt. This is a character who's going to pop up quite a bit and already has throughout all of season 1, and then he gets a tragic death. And then these guys, 2 of them, this could be very rude. I'm not too sure if this is actually referenced. I've never heard of this, but I'm just kind of realizing it this time watching. This could be Justin Roiland. Of how he perceived himself in high school, kind of the redder hair. This is they very extreme with the red hair, but this could be kind of a Justin Roiland. Now, if it's not, I do apologize, Justin Roiland. Not that it matters. You're not even on the show, loser. Throughout this whole episode, there's actually like a whole list of things. I'll kind of stop it occasionally to bring up certain things, but throughout the whole episode, we are going to run into Rick understanding that he is in a simulation this whole time.
You know, it's at least 40.
Morty, that's exactly correct.
You make concentrated dark matter.
Oh, that's a good question.
Concentrated, huh?
Concentrated dark matter. The fuel for accelerated space travel.
I bet you've seen him make concentrated dark matter.
Listen.
Friend.
You will?
See?
So to quickly go back here, I think I caught this for a second. Let me see.
Go around spouting off.
Yeah, so it looks like here, when she turns, her lips become like a bluish tint. And then when she turns back, yeah, okay, even the lines here actually cover a dark blue. So maybe some sort of filling air when they're filling in the colors.
Take a shower with me, Morty.
What?
Listen to me, Morty. Get your clothes off and get in the shower right now, Morty.
Listen, this is going sideways. I don't know where this story's going, but I'm here for it.
See, fake nonsense, Morty. I couldn't say so until we got in the shower. They won't monitor us in here.
Monitor us?
So this is kind of... I'm not going to pause it too many times because what's so great about this episode is you can go through and kind of see, as if you're watching Rick, throughout the whole episode, he's kind of doing little things to kind of test if this is real or not. So this is, you could argue here that this is one of the tests here. Rather than going straight up naked, if he's so confident in simulation, it won't matter where they are as long as they're naked. But it looks like he goes in the shower to test temperatures and the water flow and every little thing that would be hard to simulate. So he's kind of testing the temperature, seeing how water works, and then he's analyzing Morty here, which you'll find out that these aliens do not like penises. The Zygerian is obviously a play on Nigerian. Another thing I would like to add here is before Rick gets pulled out of Morty's class, in the Season 1 DVD commentary, they were basically saying that in Morty's simulation dream thing, it was going to turn into an orgy. So, you son of a bitch, I'm in.
Well, check every 5 quintons and tell me when they're not.
I think we should make
Quintons.
Kevin look, sir.
What? No. Why would you even say that?
Sir, we have a situation.
That's a little foreshadowing for Kevin is the one who made Morty's simulated penis. So, like, gullible. He falls through the simulation throughout the whole thing. It's only until Rick shows up that he actually notices it's a simulation. He doesn't pick up on any weird notes. The job thing is going to get brought up multiple times. More notably later this season with the close Rick, kind of the Rick counters. If I got that, I need a life. Another one is going to be notably in Look Who's Purging Now, when he goes up to Summer asking for money because he doesn't have a job.
This is Earth Radio, human music.
Human music. I like it.
Rick!
Morty, keep your hands off your ding-dong. It's the only way we...
I say this every episode, but I love this show. Okay, so as you saw there, Rick stuffed their clothes in a sewer-like thing. And basically, later on, they're going to have different clothes on for a concert. But then also, later on again, they're going to have their same clothes back. So this is kind of, you know, a cartoon. And they're in a simulation. And Rick's the smartest being alive. So, not necessarily a big deal. But it is sort of a continuity error. Just a little error there. Not necessarily a continuity error. But, you know, just an error in general with, you know, them getting their clothes back. But, yeah, I thought I'd point that out.
I don't want to hear about Mrs. Spencer, Morty. She's an idiot. All right, there. What about that, Morty?
Okay, you got me on that one. Oh.
That's obviously a reference to Pop-Tart.
We got the President of the United States in here. We need 10 cc's of concentrated dark matter stat.
So something cool here I also want to bring up is the President of the United States here, skin tone is more white here. So this obviously could be a simulation error or just, you know, a basic presidency run ending here. But as we do find out later in the season, the president is more of like an Obama parody.
Nigerians are always trying to scam me out of my secrets, but they made a big mistake this time, Morty. They dragged you into this. Now they're gonna pay.
National Apple Farmers of America. Welcome to our ad agency. I'm Jerry Smith. All right, I'll just get to the pitch. Simple question, gentlemen.
One thing I want to note, just comparing to the last couple episodes here, this is kind of unfair because it is just an office. So I definitely could, you know, point out some other things, but I won't take too much of your time. I just, throughout this episode, some of the animation and backgrounds have been just kind of weaker compared to the other episodes. Like, this is pretty plain here. There's no real shading, no light. The table's kind of has a little bit of a different design in here, but I mean, what table even looks like this? I guess it's just glossy.
When we're hungry. With that, I give you your new slogan. Well, say something. Do you like it?
Yes.
You do?
Yes.
So, I sold it? I sold the idea?
Yes.
Oh my god.
They're all like the same voice, like, yes.
Hey, I just sold my first pitch.
All right.
Slow down.
Looking good.
My man.
My man. So, first of the music playing here is obviously Baker Street by Gary. Duh. that reference there, and that will be played throughout the episode and at the end.
Given, because right now I've got a size of an East Coast lighthouse, and I'm coming home to share it with my beautiful wife.
Okay.
Wait, really?
Looking good, my man. So a couple things to note here is things like Rick's shirt coming out and hit the which leg is up here, and then which wrist they have the watch and the time that says on the watch. All this is going to change in the next frames.
It's just a bunch of ones and zeros out there. You're gonna be fine. Uh-oh, Morty. This crowd looks too small for one of our famous rap concerts. I don't think we...
Right, so you'll see here, the time here is different on Morty's clock here he's wearing. Rick's shirt is kind of inverted. He was out on the other side. And things like this are kind of be inconsistent throughout this scene here.
Everybody over 30 do this with your hand. Everybody with the red shirt, jump.
he's just leaves his car door open and runs for the girl that's kind of just bouncing this thing. This is a reference to the scene in a novel, A Wrinkle in Time. But the backgrounds here are just not keeping up with the other episodes. I don't know if they did this on purpose, but every time they travel to something that's like not Earth, the backgrounds have been crazy. I mean, last episode when they were inside the Santa there, what's his name, Ruben. When they're inside Ruben, everything in the Anatomy Park all looked really nice with the backgrounds. The episode before that, when they were in the Nightmare World, the backgrounds look super good there. But these are just not too much detail, nothing in the sidewalks, the bricks, there's no shading. It's just very low, and I don't know if they're doing it on purpose, because, you know, Earth's supposed to be lame when Rick and Morty.
Like that? Now who's unremarkable? Are you hungry for apples? Are you hungry for apples? Too good.
Oh my.
I don't deserve this, Beth.
Morty, we can get to the edge. Here we go.
Holy crap!
Oh, this is going to be such a mind fuck.
About it, Morty. There's plenty of them, you little goofball. Come here, Morty. Gotcha.
Come on, quit it, Rick.
Whoa.
This is kind of like a wholesome moment. But again, I am going to have to fall under the category of this is just Rick continuing to test the simulations, limitations of Morty, with kind of testing what Morty would do in a situation like this with Rick, where if he's being overly nice. But part of me wishes that this was just him being nice to Morty.
Mr. Marklovitz, do you have a minute to talk?
Yes.
Okay. Something?
Yes.
Is there really an award called the Appley for Apple-related ad campaigns?
Yes.
Could we nominate me?
Yes.
Holy crap!
Oh, Jerry.
On the ship. Game day bucket go boom.
Sir, the doctor's appointment to examine the discoloration on your butthole flaps was...
Too loud, Cynthia. Too loud and too specific.
Alright, now this is the big scene that's kind of filled with references, so I'm just going to name a couple that I see here, but I'm sure there's other references that you can kind of see, but these are all kind of captive aliens. Kind of interesting line work here, not all of it kind of fits in the lines, so the visuals are kind of struggling there, but outside of that, no, this is a really cool little scene here. I'll kind of cover over again some of the ones I see. This is obviously a xenomorph from Aliens. Honestly, this kind of looks like Big Bird, but I can dream. This looks like the silhouette of Upgrade from Ben 10. It's not. A man can dream. Then you see some of the Grompholites. Yeah, that sounds right. Okay, there's Q-Bert. Oh my god. So this is very hard to draw, so I definitely don't blame them. But a lot of these silhouettes are kind of cutting out of the little tubes that we're in. Oh my god, look, it's forearms. This is such a Ben 10 reference. Hidden. You have no. It looks like Batman. Batman's legs poking out. Okay, yeah, this is. Now that I see the full body, this is definitely a Batman reference here. Could it possibly be the Iron Giant? I don't know if that's necessarily, though. That'd be pretty crazy if it was. This is a from Pluto. What are they called, dude? Plutonian, I believe. Okay, yes, Plutonians. So it looks like a couple of these have been actually captured from Pluto, and we'll actually see later on that there are more captured on the ship. Okay, we made it out of that room. Sorry, there was a lot of talking and not watching the show. I do apologize. There was a lot of Easter eggs.
My man. It's more meaningful.
My man.
My man.
Yes. Thank you, sir.
My man.
What the hell?
I guess just a little side note, this is clearly like Star Wars-esque, kind of like the exits and, I mean, even some of the ships, so yeah, very Star Wars.
Yeah. Check the engine room. We just need cesium, plutonic quarks, and bottled water. Fuel tank, so we can get the hell out of here. What are you doing, Morty? There's no time. Oh, no.
No, Jerry, no.
Never had the recipe for concentrated dark matter.
But we do now.
Kevin fought real hard to supervise that project.
You said you weren't gonna tell anyone. I'm never gonna live this down.
All right, great, wonderful. You win. Can we go home now?
I don't know. Can you?
Ha! Nice. Okay. Show this gullible turd to a shuttle. And by the way, I don't have discolored butthole flaps. That was part of the simulation.
Oh, sir, should I cancel that appointment then?
Yeah, of course you should. Move it up, actually, if you can. Cesium. And listen, I'm sorry.
No. I'm talking now. Yeah, so the 2 parts plutonic quartz, that's going to be basically, to make it more reactive, but what actually causes the explosion here is actually the cesium mixing with water. So yes, this was all part of Rick's plan here.
Your families. And the final ingredient?
Why don't you ask the smartest people in the universe, Jerry? Oh yeah, you can't.
They blew up.
But this idea was tested in a state-of-the-art simulation.
Well, then it was a terrible simulation. Get out. Does a guy like that go home and have sex with his wife?
Appreciate you, Morty.
Okay, cool. All right, ready?
You little son of a bitch! Are you a simulation? Huh? Are you a simulation? You're a good kid, Morty.
Jeez.
You're a good kid.
Oh my God.
All right, that was M. Night Shyamalan's. I'm on a little time crunch again as the last episode, I do apologize, but definitely up there as one of the more top tier episodes in my mind. We'll see if the ratings keep up, but overall, do it. So plot, that's gonna be easy 5. That thing, dude, this plot was perfect. The way Jerry and the simulation, everything about it, and the way that Rick again outsmarts the plot in the end. Like, those are the best episodes with like the vat of acid and pickle Rick. Every time Rick always, it's always great. Moving on from the plot, because I feel like it's pretty self-explanatory. Characterization, I'm also gonna give this one a 5. They nailed it. They're really expanding on Jerry's character. Morty was even pretty good, and don't even get me started with Rick. Rick's characterization is great in this. He's very opening. We're definitely growing on his character of how everything works here with the universe and how Rick understands completely how this world is run, how this universe is run. He knew exactly as in the simulation throughout the whole thing. The visuals, this is where it's gonna lack. I'm gonna give this a 3. There were quite a lot of frames in this. But, you know, I am actually going to give it a 2 just because it's the little things like I saw with Jessica's lips, like even like little things like that, and then the little frames of like the missing the film. It's just little things like that. I hate to give it a 2 because I mean, this episode was not terrible by all means, but like the backgrounds and stuff like that, like, I mean, we've seen that the show can do great backgrounds already, even with the early stages, so I'm going to give this one a 2. The importance, I think I'm going to give this one a 2 as well. This is where it's going to suck because it's not, you know, it's not too much of an important episode. There's not like a much with it that you need to know from this episode for future shows. Entertainment is also going to be a 5. So the final score is going to be right here. Besides that, though, that's a wrap for episode, what are we on here? 4. We're on episode 4, so we're moving on to episode 5, which is Me Seeks and Destroy, I believe is what it's called. Oh, I'm excited to break down that one, so I hope you guys enjoyed that, and